The real giants of the snake world currently are the pythons. The reticulated python is capable of getting up to 33 feet long. And just for frame of reference, a school bus is about 30 feet long. So that is in fact a very large snake. But don't forget, we will talk about one that was even bigger at the end of the show. Now, out in the wild, boa constrictors are native to South America in really nice warm areas called tropical rainforests. And they spend most of their time on the ground, under rotting vegetation, rotting logs, where it stays just a little bit warmer. Now, out in the wild, they do have a varied diet. And she is not a venomous snake, your best hint being that I'm willing to touch her. She is actually a constrictor. So what that means is that when she wants to wait to eat, she lies and she waits very still and waits for something to wander a little too close. Then she'll strike out and grab it, loop her body around a few times, and squeeze until that animal has passed away, and then she will swallow it whole. Now, once people hear that Apple is a constrictor, they're often wondering why she's not trying to squeeze me. Well, constriction or squeezing is how they eat, not how they defend themselves. And Apple here is a big snake, but she knows that I am much, much, much too big for her to eat. So it would kind of be a big waste of her time and energy to squeeze me. Actually, there is no snake alive today, even that giant 33-foot reticulated python, that is capable of eating an adult human being, because we have very broad shoulders. So those myths of man-eating snakes, not so much the case. But they can eat some pretty big things. And if they do eat something that's pretty large, they might actually go several weeks or even several months without eating. Now that sounds pretty awful to me. I mean, I had breakfast, 2 hours ago, and I'm already really excited for lunch. But they can get away with it because they are cold-blooded or ectothermic. They don't waste so many calories heating up their bodies like we do. Now, in order to tie them over for several months at a time, they can eat some pretty large things. Snakes can eat things that are about 2 to 3 times the size of their head, which is the equivalent of all of you guys going home today and taking a big watermelon and trying to swallow it whole. No chewing. Can't be done. But snakes can do it because they have some neat adaptations. Now, a lot of people have heard a lot of myths about this. For example, who has heard that a snake can unhinge its jaw to eat? Probably everybody has at least heard that. But it is not true, and that is good news for the snake, because that would be kind of like dislocating your shoulder every time you wanted to eat a sandwich. Wouldn't be very much fun. So instead, what they have are some neat structural adaptations. So if you guys feel right in front of your ears right here, and open and close your mouth like this, you should feel some clicking or movement. That is our single jaw joint. It works kind of like your elbow. Now snakes actually have 2 of those jaw joints that are separated by a bone that we don't even have. So that lets them open once, open twice. Open very, very big. About 150 degrees where a straight line is 180 degrees. In addition, if you guys feel your chin right here, it should feel hard. That's because that's bone. Our lower jaw is all one big piece. Snakes actually have 2 separate lower jaw bones that are only connected in the front by something really stretchy called a ligament. So that lets them open really wide this way as well. And that does let them eat some pretty big things. Now, if this snake is eating something that is 3 times the size of her head, as you can imagine, it can take a while to get down. And you might wonder, how does she keep breathing if her mouth is going to be full for that long? Well, once again, they have a neat adaptation for that called a retractable glottis. And what that means is they can take their windpipe and stick it forward into their mouth so that they can keep breathing even when their mouth is full. Now, I actually have a video of this, but I always like to give fair warning. It's slightly graphic because it involves a boa constrictor eating a dead